Future predictions are said to be predicted by psychics or by astrologers like the famous Nostradamus. But sometimes, our favorite cartoons seem to predict perfectly detailed events that occur several months or years after the episodes air. Today, we're gonna focus on the 8 times South Park seemed to predict the future, so let's dive in. Number 1. Ebola in the US. The episode Gluten-Free Ebola first aired on October 1st, 2014, just 2 weeks before the Ebola outbreak in the US. In the episode, the town is notified that gluten is bad when a scientist drinks pure gluten and suddenly starts melting and his wee-wee flies off like a rocket, which puts the town in a state of panic.
Oh, you see that? His dick's flying off.
The panic then spreads to the whole world, causing a quarantine. This episode is kinda dark and unsettling to view, especially knowing what came after as soon as this episode aired.
And tonight, the first confirmed case here in America. The patient diagnosed here in the U.S. Tonight, a team from the CDC rushing to the scene.
Number 2. The assassination of Osama bin Laden. In the episode, It's a Jersey Thing, a lot of people from New Jersey are moving into South Park. The whole town starts getting annoyed with them because of the way they act, talk, and dress. Randy calls a meeting at the Park County Community Center where he reveals that New Jersey is trying to take over the country and soon the world. In desperation, Randy videotapes a request help from Al-Qaeda and sends it to Osama bin Laden. Surprisingly, Osama agrees to help and sends a group of Al-Qaeda suicide pilots to fly into the ground, killing all the Jersey sites. At the end, during a thank you celebration for Osama, he is suddenly killed by a Special Force commando.
Enemies, only folks with differences.
Tango's down, Tango's down.
We got him!
This episode aired on October 13, 2010, 7 months before the actual assassination of Osama bin Laden on May 2nd, 2011.
I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
Number 3. Carnival Cruise Disaster. In the episode Cream Fraiche, there is a 5-second clip where Randy and Sharon are laying down on the couch watching TV when suddenly a news report states that passengers say that the Carnival Cruise Line ship smelled like poop, but that was an improvement.
Passengers said the Carnival Cruise Line smelled like poop, but that was an improvement.
3 years later after this episode aired, an engine fire caused the electric toilets on an actual cruise ship to stop working, trapping the 3,000 passengers on board for 4 days with the awful smell of poop.
300 yards long, equipped with every amenity, and now the more than 4,000 aboard could only communicate in snippets of text messages.
We're in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico.
Number 4. Jared Fogle. In the episode, Jared has AIDS. Jared, the famous spokesman for Subway, visits South Park for one of his motivational speeches about losing weight. Backstage, the boys meet up with him, and that's when he tells them that he lost weight with the help of his AIDS. At first, the boys think that he is sick and has AIDS, but Jared confirms that AIDS is short for personal assistance. Later, Jared gives a speech about helping others with their weight loss, especially kids, and that's when he says this.
I am going to personally see to it that each and every one of you gets AIDS.
This guy's insane.
But I won't stop there. I'm going to seek out all the underprivileged and hungry children of the world, and I'm going to give them AIDS myself.
Now, if you know anything about Jared Fogle, then you know that he was arrested for sexually crimes against minors back in 2015.
Today, Jared Fogle has been charged and has admitted
to participating in a 5-year criminal scheme to exploit children.
What's crazy is that this episode aired on March 6, 2002, 13 years before Jared was indicted. Number 5. Pokemon Go. In the episode Team Pokemon, the South Park kids become obsessed with a Japanese show called Team Pokemon and decide to buy every piece of merchandise related to the show. In the show, the Team Pokemon devices track each player's location and sends the information to the developers. Very similar to the real-life Pokemon Go app that was released back in 2016.
Gotcha! Pokemon fever is back and it's everywhere.
Nostalgia hits in, like, I'm a kid, I need to play this again, it's real life.
Well, he texted me like 30 minutes ago saying let's meet up in Hollywood to catch Pokemon.
Trying to catch them all, you know?
Keep in mind though that this episode originally aired back in 1999, 17 years before the app. Number 6. Black Market KFC Chicken. In a 2010 episode named Medicinal Fried Chicken, Carmen's favorite restaurant, KFC, has been shut down and replaced by a marijuana dispensary. Frustrated, Carmen travels to the nearest town only to find out that KFC chicken is illegal in the whole state of Colorado. Carmen, being the manipulated character that he is, pulls some strings and gets connected with the real Colonel Sanders, and they begin selling KFC chicken in a sort of underground black market. 8 years later, on 2018, there was some sort of mix-up with suppliers of KFC chicken that caused almost all of the KFC restaurants in the UK to be closed due to a chicken shortage. This led to people selling their chicken buckets on eBay to desperate consumers for hundreds of dollars, mirroring the reactions of characters in the show. Number 7. Major sports team changed name. In the episode Chef Goes Nanners, Chef and Jimbo are in the Major's office arguing over the South Park flag. Chef believes that the flag should be changed because it's racist and offensive, but Jimbo claims that it should remain the same because it's part of South Park's history. Jimbo then tells Chef,
Jeff, what about the baseball team, the Cleveland Indians, huh? Should they change their name because it's racist?
Yeah!
No, because it's their history!
Little did Jimbo knew that in 2 decades after this episode aired, the Cleveland Indians would actually in fact change their name to the Guardians for being offensive to Native Americans.
Cleveland's Major League Baseball team says it took the name Indians in 1915 as a tribute to a Native American player. But now, after years of protests, that name will be dropped, according to the New York Times. And in a statement to CBS News, the team did not dispute that report. National correspondent Jerika Duncan looks now at the recent reckoning with a name that some say is racist.
Number 8. Miley Cyrus fame. Back in 2008, South Park released an episode called Britney's New Look. In the episode, Britney Spears is spotted camping near South Park, and the news spreads all over the town. Everybody wants to take a picture of her, causing her to lose her mind and shooting herself in the head. By the end of the episode, Britney dies due to being overwhelmed by the paparazzi. In a news clip, it is mentioned that the young 15-year-old Miley Cyrus is on her way to becoming the next superstar.
Hannah Montana's Miley Cyrus, though only 15 years old, is already on her way to being a major superstar. Looks like next harvest will be even better.
Now, keep in mind that this episode aired back in 2008, while Miley was still playing as Hannah Montana on Disney. 4 years before Miley reached her peak in 2013 with her hit single, Wrecking